Ladies and gentlemen, time to begin. How's everyone doing today? Okay, I guess I'm audible and visible now. So, ladies and gentlemen, how's everyone doing today? It's a wonderful Monday. Well, it's already the 10th of July, so we are in the middle of the summer 2023, in the middle of the year. Would you like to share some thoughts on your trading recently? If you feel so, then please, there is some space in the chat next to the webinar window. Today we are doing a short webinar, probably around 25 to 30 minutes, with a brief discussion of what is awaiting or what awaits us this upcoming week, and what kind of different trading ideas you can have during this week, and what you can actually use. We started off. Do you work for OLYMP TRADE? Yes. Once again, my name is Thomas, and I'm an analyst and a trader with OLYMP TRADE. I trade independently, and I also work for OLYMP TRADE. So I managed to combine pretty much two occupations or two sources of income. That is also quite important to note. And why, for example, I like trading and sort of have always, since many years ago, I've been wanting to become a profitable trader, because when you can be a profitable trader, you can also do a lot of side activities, or maybe it's vice versa. You know, we can do many side activities and combine it with being a successful trader. So that way you basically get some some additional money, or sometimes even more money than you get from your regular activity, which might be sometimes maybe more interesting, or I don't know, it's your calling, so to say. So trading really brings you some degree of financial freedom, and sometimes it gives you almost absolute degree of financial freedom, provided that you follow some very important rules of technical analysis, money management, and risk management, of course. So that's something I keep repeating, keep saying over and over again, that trading is not just strategy. It's not just knowing when to open a trade. It's in fact knowing when to enter a position, when to exit a position, and many other things that are required to be a successful trader. So, guys, here is my trade on Brand, which I opened. When did I open it? I opened it on July 4. That is 6 days ago. And I opened it in the middle of the corridor, even though I usually advise you to open trades inside, towards somewhere closer towards the borders of a corridor or of a trend, if you find it. Nonetheless, sometimes depending on the situation, when you're able to combine technical analysis with fundamental analysis, which was a key element here in this case. So there I combined signal from technical analysis together with fundamental analysis, and together they suggested me that I open an up trade, and that's what I did. So that is a perfect example, which is not that often when you can actually do the both. But so usually you rely either on technical analysis or on fundamental analysis. Nonetheless, you can do them. Sometimes you can do them both. Now, so guys, what about any news about update on the platform? So last week there was a little bit of sad news. So we removed daily tasks. So daily tasks were removed from the platform. Yes, that is an unfortunate event, but of course there is always light at the end of the tunnel. And by removing these daily tasks, we have gained some freedom for our development team, so that they can work on something else. And in the future months, in the upcoming months, not so much in July and August, but more or less in September, October, and November, we are going to have more interesting features being brought to the platform. So that that is what we are all awaiting for, and me included. Now, nonetheless, not talking about daily tasks, even without them, if you are a skilled trader, so that's what I keep saying, keep mentioning over and over again. So if you are a skilled trader and you have your strategy down and you have your trading skills down, you know what you're doing, you know how to manage your money, how to manage your risks when trading, pretty much you can be a profitable trader without all these, risk-free deals, bonuses, daily tasks, you name it, like trade away. Basically, all you need to do is you need to have a reliable trading platform, and that is pretty much it. You don't really need that many additional tools. All you need to do is you need to be able to place trades, right? To place them accurately, and then also to like watch your trades from your mobile device. So by doing so, being able to close them or open them at any time you want, you wish, and yeah, that's in my opinion, that's all you need, guys. That is a successful trader. Of course, if you are learning, if you are in the beginner stages of trading, of course you do need to have some additional help. That would that would never hurt. That will never hurt. And of course, then these all these daily tasks and so on, they do play an important role. Of course, they help. Now, guys, what happened last Friday? So 3 days ago, right? So we had non-farm payrolls, and on this news, we can see that the US dollar dropped in value against pretty much all the currencies out there, including, of course, the yen, the euro, and many others. Now, the reason for that was that the actual number came out worse than expected, even though I don't think there was a big difference, right? The difference was really, really small. The difference in like the forecasted number and the actual number in the number of new jobs created in the non-farm sector of the United States was relatively small. Okay, while it's loading here, I'll let you know. So I was a little bit surprised that the market reaction was pretty dramatic. Like it wasn't like a huge one, but still we can see that the USD went from 143 and almost one figure down, even though it recovered quickly afterwards, and then it fell down again, but by more than 1%. I don't know what everyone was expecting, but this number sort of came like along expectations when it's 10%. Well, anyways, now that was the news of Friday. Now we are Monday, and let's see what we can trade on Monday, right? So something that I think is still worth mentioning is, of course, Bitcoin, because we are still trading above the 30,000 level, and Bitcoin doesn't seem to like drop somewhere below this number, which is a very strong psychological level. So it's a huge it's a big deal, right? It's a huge deal for traders. So whenever Bitcoin is trading above the 30,000, it's like a divide, right? It's good or bad, right? So when the price is above 30,000, that's good. When the price is below 30,000, that is kind of considered not so good. Now, we don't know the future, of course, but I think based on this analysis, we can really say that things are looking quite all right with Bitcoin. And I would still probably suggest, even though it's only my personal opinion. It's only my personal opinion. It's not a direct investment advice, of course, which I do not really like to provide. But there is still a lot of potential in many cryptocurrencies, and even though they are kind of making this pullback, still we are uptrending. So every subsequent low is higher than the previous one. So we are here, and the previous low was here, and the previous low was here. So that is a clear definition of an uptrend. Okay, so uptrend. so these assets are uptrending, so that's a great, that's good news, and there is potential for further growth. Now, so the actual number, non-farm payrolls that came out was 209,000 instead of 225,000. So that is like 5% less. So usually the markets don't even react to this kind of news. So I was a little bit surprised when I saw a pretty strong reaction on Friday. And to be honest, I was expecting the other, the opposite thing to have happened. I was expecting that the US dollar will go up in price, and I was betting for it. Now I lost some money on that, but not a huge amount of money, but still. Now, where was that? The 7th. Right, so this was the news. And on the euro, the reaction was a little bit more dramatic. So compared, rather than on the USD JPY, so the US dollar against the Japanese yen, we saw a quick jump here, and we saw this role reversal pattern, like we managed to break above this level of resistance, and then we sort of like came back down towards it, and then it acted as a support level, and voila, from there it sort of went up. Now, we have come very close to the 1.10 mark, which is a strong one. I was expecting this head and shoulders pattern, as you can see here, which is pretty much designated here: left shoulder, right shoulder, the headline, and like left head, right. And yeah, there was the potential breakdown here. And there was another attempt to break below, and then there was this third attempt, which resulted in kind of like the so-called bear's trap. So the bears got trapped here. They were expecting that the prices will go down, but instead the prices went up, and the euro went up in value. Wow. So guys, that's the story. Now we are approaching the 1.10 mark, even though my forecast is still negative for the euro. That's my vision, because basically Europe is facing much more problems than the United States. By all means, the winter is coming, even though the winter is still like 2-3 months away from us. Now in winter in the northern hemisphere, now Europe is pretty much impulsively trying to restore their natural gas storages, to fill them up, to make sure that they can survive winter. The upcoming winter now is becoming so yeah, a lot is going to depend on what would be the upcoming situation with the weather. So weather is going to be like another key player, another big influencer to what's happening in Europe. So if everything goes well in terms of winter, and spring is not too cold, and then the winter is not too cold, then Europe will be fine. If some unexpected or colder than expected winter comes up to the to the Europe's doorsteps, now then situation will be very different. So all in all, I think the euro doesn't stand much chance of going much higher than the current levels, and I bet for the US dollar to be stronger, to remain stronger, and that the Euro USD price and the Euro USD chart will go towards the 1.05 or even to the parity level again. Now, of course, I cannot guarantee that, but that's my current vision. Now, the next important and interesting chart which I want to talk about today is the United States dollar against the Japanese yen. And as you can see, we sort of climbed this double top formation, which I also mentioned in my webinars and speeches. And pretty much these are my three biggest trades, my three biggest profits so far this month. As you can see, I also had some 1 to 3 significant losses, but these 3 significant losses were covered by one of these trades, and then I have plus $9,000 profits, and then they sort of got Okay, and then I have profits here. Okay, so that's and even then I was so unhappy, even though I tried to tell, keep telling everyone, don't be, don't be like that. So you have to be emotionless when it comes to trading. But of course, I'm a person, I'm a human being, and of course, when I saw this, I was like, wow, I was like so happy, and then I clicked this show on the chart button. And I realized that I left on the table so much money. I probably left another 5,000-6,000 at least, probably even more. Now, of course, you cannot make all the money in the world, but you need to try to do that. Now, the most important thing is that I indicated this resistance level, this double top formation. So USD JPY went from 138, 139 towards 145 without any major pullbacks or without major corrections. And then we sort of reached this. Okay, so once again, another round number, another psychological figure, 145, and basically successfully we dropped a little bit down. Now, so I remain neutral now on this with this asset, but of course I cannot wait. I cannot help. I cannot wait for this price to drop towards 140, because once the price drops towards 140, that's going to be such an excellent trade, in my opinion, because basically you have so much potential and such a short stop loss, and this the 140 level is going to act like, definitely by all means, is going to act like a strong support level. I can almost guarantee you that there is no way that this level will not hold, and there's no way that there won't be a nice little jump from this level. So this level is like almost guaranteed will be a nice support level, and we're going to have some nice action from that level. Whoa, nice. So what else? But as of now, I remain neutral here. Now, something that I mentioned in the beginning of today's webinar was Brent, so oil and oil reserves. So the strategic petroleum reserves in the United States keep decreasing by between 1 and 2 million barrels per week. It doesn't seem like a huge number, taking into consideration that daily consumption in the United States equals 20 to 22 million barrels. That's just in one day in all of the United States. That's a huge number, actually. The United States is the largest oil consumer in the world as of today, followed by China, and then probably I don't even know, Japan or India, probably India. Now, the most importantly is that these strategic petroleum reserves are declining, not growing, and that gives me some certainty that there will be another breakout on Brent, and we are going to see Brent costing at around, or trading at around, $90 or even $100 per barrel in the middle of fall, so somewhere in September, October. But of course, we'll see what future holds us, because as of now, of course, I cannot guarantee, but that's my vision. Okay, so I think we are going to see a breakout towards 80, then we are going to see a retest and another. So basically our or my favorite, 1, 2, and 3. So basically 1, 2, and here you enter. 1, 2, you enter a trade, and 3, you make nice profit. So that is my opinion. That's my vision on Forex and on Brent. All right, a good question here from a person named New Pro. Do you advise to focus on Forex or fixed time trading on OLYMP TRADE? Now, that's a wonderful question. Thank you for that. Thank you for asking. The thing is that, in my opinion, each trader in the beginning of his or her trading career should probably begin with FTT trading, And there is a very simple explanation, because FTT trading is a quick mode of trading where you can actually gain results quickly, and you can also sort of get a lot of experience quickly, because on Forex everything is like 5 times slower, not just 5 times slower, it's probably like 20 times slower, like 50 times slower, more slowly. Now, with FTT trades, you get probably the same amount of experience, but within a few days. The amount of experience you gain on Forex in 1 month. Now, because on FTT trading, if you do active trading and if you apply different indicators, different strategies, different drawing tools, etc., Friday modified. So yes, by doing so, you basically triple rebound strategy. Yeah, you learn. You just like your eyes get used to see what they otherwise will see in months of trading, because you get to see so many different patterns, so many different pretty much everything, right? Different patterns, different candlesticks formation. So I would say that in the long term, eventually everyone sort of moves towards Forex trading, or everyone's like is drawn to Forex trading, because Forex trading, well, basically Forex trading, it's in a way it's less stressful. It requires much less time, and basically it's probably even like more profitable than FTT trading. But of course, if you trade Forex, you need a little bit different skill set, but the underlying skill set, it's all about is the same, right? So the main thing that you need to do when trading is you need to be able to forecast, you need to be able to predict where prices will move next, and the only way to do that is basically by like opening many trades and getting used to trade it. So I'll give you an example, right? So there is a way to treat the so-called arachnophobia. So it's the fear of spiders. So how do you get one of the ways how you cope with arachnophobia is basically how you learn it. Well, you just basically get constant exposure to spiders, but you don't do it like they don't give you like the black widow spider. They don't just put the spider on you, but instead, like at first you see them from afar, then the next week you see them from a closer distance. It's all about so this strategy is called the strategy of small steps. So you need to really make small steps, small but consistent steps. So it's like there is another saying of it. I don't know if it exists in your languages. It exists in many languages. It's like, how do you eat an elephant, right? So you eat it by parts. So it's like you have a huge task, which is an elephant, and you need to sort of cut it into small pieces. So the same applies to trading. You need first to learn different segments. It's like a mosaic. It's like a puzzle. So you learn little parts, and then at one point of time, pieces are going to start coming together, and then at that point you will have this aha moment when you realize, wow, it was so simple, but of course you look back and you have so much experience under your belt. So my piece of advice would be to focus maybe not so much on Forex or fixed time, but on learning the skill set. And the skill set is strategies, money management, and risk management, and psychology. So basically these 4 components, you can learn them in different order, but it's very important to basically learn all 4 of them, or 3 of them. So money management and risk management, some people consider this to be sort of the same thing, but I sometimes separate them, so it doesn't really matter. But what matters is that you need to learn these all these things. Now, so yeah, what advice will I give to a beginner like me? Definitely yes. It's all about, like, don't be in a rush. Don't try to make all the money in one day, like or not even like in many days. Just just stay relaxed. You don't have to be, so some people just, they set such unrealistic goals for themselves, some targets, like they start trading with $100 and their goal is to turn this $100 into 10,000 within a month or within a week, which is totally unrealistic. Now, of course, that can happen, but that's kind of like one in 10 million chance, not higher than that. So first of all, you need to set some realistic goal to yourself, and then it's all about action, getting feedback, analyzing that feedback, and then it's rinse and repeat. So making changes, and then again, action, getting feedback, analyzing feedback, making changes, making adjustments, and then it's like, and it goes on and on and on. Now, what I'm doing here right now, I'm trading with the, I see some signal here with the triple rebound strategy, and I open trades. Just for those who are wondering what I'm doing. In FTT, will you use strategy or trade with candlestick pattern? Well, when it comes to FTT, I would say 90% of the time I use trading strategies. So probably almost always I use trading strategies. I would say maybe very rarely do I use candlestick patterns. Now, when it comes to forex trading, then the role of candlesticks, of Japanese candlesticks patterns, plays a much more important role, because you have so many different patterns that play out so well on higher time frames. Now, when it comes to FTT trading, I think your best bet is to rely on trading strategies and indicators, and maybe something else like levels of support and resistance, technical patterns. Yes, but probably 90% of the time I have some indicator on my trading platform. So maybe one, maybe two, maybe three. Maybe I combine different strategies. So you can combine kind Martin strategy, and you can also add some other, like lay over another indicator above it, and so on and so forth. So basically, yeah, many things you have to take into consideration, and many things you have to apply. And but once you've learned something, once you've gained a lot of experience in something, you can actually you actually start realizing how flexible you can be, how flexible one can be with different trading strategies. So then you have this sort of liberated feeling that you know that you can you are not limited by some standard rules or norms. You can combine trading strategies together with counter trading strategies. You can combine Japanese candlesticks patterns with levels of support and resistance, maybe head and shoulders, maybe like MACD, RSI, and some advanced indicator like Arun, like Chaikin oscillator, and so on and so forth. So that gives you a lot of independence and a lot of liberty. Okay, is it better to take, or it's more like a statement, not so much a question, it's better to take trades on weekends, says Nikhil. Well, I don't know. Personally, most of the time, I only check cryptos, some positions on cryptos, and maybe Bitcoin prices and that stuff on the weekend, during the weekends. Other than that, I don't trade on weekends now. I used to do that a lot in the beginning of my trading career, which I also mentioned a lot in my stories that I tell you in these webinars, that I would do a lot of homework, the so-called homework. I would analyze, I would reflect on my trades that I'd made during the week. But I wasn't really making so many trades, and also the OTC market and the OTC assets at that time, they weren't really that numerous, and also the infrastructure, so the global trading infrastructure wasn't that great. I'm talking about years 2011, 12, 13, maybe early 14 when I started. So now things are completely different, and it now totally makes sense to trade on weekends, especially if you have a 5-2 job, like a typical office job, typical 9 to 5 jobs, 5 days a week. You work 5 days a week, and then you have some time to trade on the weekend. So there is liquidity, there are technical patterns, everything is great to trade, everything is in your favor to trade over the weekends. And also cryptos are volatile, and there are tons of opportunities to get some profits, or at least to learn some new ways. So yeah, trading on weekends can be done now much easier than it was even like 5 years ago. Yeah, even like that. Now, guys, I would like to thank you all for your attention. I'll probably stop it here. I'll wrap it up here. And well, thanks a lot for your questions, for your participation. Don't forget to hit that like button and to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. We have more interesting events and more interesting webinars coming up this week, so stay tuned, join our webinars, have fun, learn how to trade, and get some wonderful profits. My name is Thomas, and I will see you very, very soon, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.